All right, just sitting set up here. So I already got one watcher. Why doesn't it show me who's watching? But either way, got two. Who we got here? Oh, dang. John's on. How's it going, John? So here is my California custom collection. Currently, I have 89 different variations. A lot of them are subtle. So it'll be pretty easy, but there's some good, decent variations. Not just within the Cal Custom Tampo on some of these. Bunch of wheel variations, some paint variations as they transition from 90 to I think 91 or maybe 92. They changed up some of the colors. There's International line, which I have kind of running down the middle, which I don't have very many of those. I had an extra pink caddy there, but it's exactly the same. The struts in the front, I saw Jeff pick up a window Tampo variation on that one. That's pretty cool. I gotta look out for that. But the International lines are a little bit tougher to get. Obviously the desirable 67 Camaro a lot of people want. There's a variation on that, I'll show that. And the red blown Camaro are pretty desirable. But I do have some other ones that are pretty rare. But I'll go through them. So the first two, we'll go with the Ferraris, the Testarossas. And my lighting is terrible in here. We have some cloud cover. But these two are pretty close to the same. There is a Tampo variation. So let's see if I can turn this on here. Maybe it'll help. So you can see the Tampo on the window is a different size. And also the logo on the base are different sizes. So you see the left has a larger Hot Wheels logo and the right's a little bit smaller. But they also have different Tampo sizes on that. Purple, obviously you can see, red and blue interior, and yellow with real riders. So the next one is the transition piece. This one's pretty tough to get. So red and blue interior, transitioning over, same yellow wheels, just now in pink. Daniel, the red one, I just don't think they made as many. I definitely see a lot more of the white. The first kind of run on some of these cars were just, they didn't make as many for whatever reason, I'm not sure. With it also being a Camaro, it's desirable. The white ones you can get pretty regularly. There's probably quite a few on eBay right now, but the red ones pop up probably once every 3-4 months. But here you have the medium Cal Custom Tampo. It's kind of tough to see. I actually have you can see the 3 marks on there. Those are the 3 different sizes from the edge of the corner here for the Cal Custom Tampos. So I use this to kind of mark the size of that, and it's tough to see because it's black, but I'll see if I can get it in here. And where I could see. But if you can see that, you can see that's the medium size. So that's all I use. I just mark the different sizes I have. The next piece, or 2 pieces, they transition to a yellow surrounding the blue interior. This one doesn't have a Cal Custom Tampo in the window. This one has the smaller Cal Custom Tampo. I think they both have the same base. Yeah, they have the larger logo on the base. Then the next transition piece you go into is the yellow and red. So they swapped out the middle seat area for red. And you can see these on the back. So you see yellow and red on the back. You see yellow and blue on the back. So that way if you're looking at pictures on eBay or somebody else's auction, you could tell from there too. Again, no Cal Custom Tampo and Cal Custom Tampo on the hood. Both of these are the smaller logo on the base, and I wouldn't be surprised if any one of these has larger or smaller tampos on the windshield, and larger or smaller logo on the base. So the only difference with this is the pink is a lot lighter. I have another one that is exactly the same as this one here, and you can see where the pink is a different shade. It's even more so in the light. I wish it was a little bit brighter out today, but this one also has a Cal Custom Tampo. It's the medium size, so same size as that, just the light pink variation. And they both have the smaller Hot Wheels logo. And then the last one I have here, they just changed to the turbo wheel. So this one has Cal Custom Tampo and the larger Hot Wheels logo base. So those are the 9 Ferrari Testarossas that I've found so far, and I would definitely not be shocked if there was 15 or even 20 of those different variations between the base, the Tampo or no Tampo, between those Ferraris there. The next one we'll do is the Corvettes here. Purple chrome. These two are different colors. I kind of kept the darkest of one and the lightest of the other, but these have a base variation. So you can see here, this one has a Bar Malaysia base, and this one does not. And then you see where Hot Wheels was split up in the words, and you see that one's all the way across. But light and dark. The Cal Custom Tampo is actually on the side there. Those are all the same size as far as I know. I've never seen anything different just from that. Then you have a super light black wall version with the slots from the Billion's Car collection base. Again, this is lighter than my light over here. You can kind of see that. I don't have any other purples to or black wall ones to kind of compare this to for the color. But all these have a base variation, not just the color. I just happen to keep the ones that I liked. And then the pink one comes in a playset with the Mustang over here in orange. I'll show that later. Black wall wheels. I wouldn't be surprised if this came with slots in the base too, as it came out, I thought, a little bit later than some of the others. Obviously, first release of the Camaro. I have 2 of these. The bases are exactly the same. The Cal Custom Tampo is the same, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a smaller one. What's up, Kyle? Hoarder. These are all different, so it's okay. Except for I do have 2 of these, but only because I'll keep this in my Cal Custom cabinets, and I'll put a blown, the red one with all the blown Camaros that I have. Transition piece, we went to white. We still have black interior, a dark tinted window, Cal Custom on the windshield. This still has the blown Camaro with the number 74 over to the left, if you saw my blown Camaro video. And then you transition, and they took and put the orange interior in there. This one's, I think, harder to find than the black interior, but both are kind of available. You just gotta look at the pics a little bit closer. You go from having the real riders with orange interior to having the turbo wheels with orange interior. And the last one here is just a clear window variation. And I have some other kind of nuanced variations in the base downstairs. But as far as the transition pieces, this is the most what you're looking for. And then there's one with the black lines instead of the blue on here. I don't have that one yet. Corvette convertible. let's see. These two have, is it the different base? There's a difference. Oh, different size tampo on the window. So you can kind of see that small on the right, and that one is the large on the left. I'll just have to use my little tool down there on my note card to actually tell the size, but I know they're different sizes. I know this one's the small one. Let's see, next. So here, I'll pick the two comparable ones. Same Cal Custom Tampo, but you have the slots from the Brilliance car collection, and you can also see this one has custom Corvette on it, and this one just has the slots. From there, you have a wheel change. We went to turbo wheels. Both, well, I put that one down, didn't I? Oh, they both do. There we go. So both of these have the slots in the bottom, but again, Real Riders to turbo wheel. And then you have the orange, pink interior with turbo wheels, and again, this has the slots. On those, I wouldn't be surprised if more variations had slots and different size tampos on those. 57 Chevy. These two, both turbo wheels, blue tinted windows. These are blue. It's be tough to tell the difference, but these are blue. Supposedly there's a black out there. I really haven't seen it in person, and I don't pay extra for a black tampo in a picture because I could just make this really dark. Look, now they're black, and maybe they're blue now. But that's the difference between those two right there. And then these are the turbo wheels, and then you have the Real Riders. Again, supposedly maybe with the black tampo. You can see that one's placed a little bit different area on the hood, but I don't really care where the placing is. That's just where the car rolled through there. The bases, I think all the bases I've seen are the same. They have the number 56 and then the 57 Chevy. So now I have seen a orange hub Real Rider variation. I don't know if it's the proto type or what, but I have seen I think two different ones. I hope they're different or the same guy had sold his and I saw it in somebody else's collection. But that one's super hard. I think that one definitely went for over $100 last time I saw it sell. But I know that one exists. As far as the color on these, I mean, you could look at this and go, is it blue or black? It's pretty tough to tell. Let's do the Mustangs next. 65 Mustang convertible. So we'll start with the Real Riders. So first we have obvious differences here, right? So Real Riders, yellow and black. Both of these are the small tampo. I'll put that one down, and then same Real Riders with different size tampos. You got the small and the medium. Move over to the turbo wheel and lime. Again, you have yellow and black. Both of these are small and two different sizes with the turbo wheels. There is also a black tampo variation. It's probably hard to tell in this, but this is like a darker blue, and there's a black variation on the green. And again, more combinations between the sizes of the tampo on the windshield, I'm sure, and between black and yellow. Hey, Diesel, that's my puppy, going crazy. From the playset, so here you have two different sizes. Let's see if I can get them in there. Pretty tough to tell. There we go. So it has more of an orangey Cal Custom Tampo on this one, and you have the medium and small. These are both blue turbo wheels, and then the last one here just has a different color. It has the yellow carryover, and the windshield is different. So you can see these two are kind of a blue tint windshield. That one's more of the clear, the same as the one that was on the green, and it has the small cow custom. So 3 variations I've seen there. For the trucks, pass beater, the difference is the wheels. One has all large wheels, the other one has all small wheels. The tampos on these are the same, despite one being kind of smudged when they put it on. They're the same size. I've never seen a tampo size difference on these, but I wouldn't be surprised if that exists. And there's no base variation that I know of either. For the classic caddies, you have the black fenders, and this doesn't show up really well, and you have the gold fenders all the way around. The paint on these is just like all the other gold cars, is not great. You'll see a lot of blemishes in these. You can see this line right down the side here on mine. And this is the better of the 3 that I've found. And these all came from a blister pack. But they're just not great with the paint stick in or whatever process they use to put it on. Those are the only 2 differences. The cow custom tampos, I believe, on these are the same. One's a little thicker from application being put on, but nothing to really note. And the bases are the same. All right, Pontiac Banshee. So first release, black with orange, super dark tinted, right? Almost can't see through there. Yellow Real Riders. The next one I have, again, super dark tinted. You have the red insert, red interior, and you have a cow custom Tampo that's small, and this is the medium over here. But that's the next release as far as I know. The next one, we'll do this. I kept these. It's kind of hard to tell, but the window tint is a little lighter. This is the darkest one I've ever seen. I think it's a carryover from the orange, and then the rest of them start to get kind of light here. And I wish I could show that a little bit better. But other than that, these 2 have tampo size difference, and the tinted windows are different. These, again, same tinted window. This is actually as light as this one, if I can get it in the right way. But just different size tampos on these 2. So kind of a medium tint and different size tampos. And then the last variation is pretty easy to see. It's just the turbo wheel. And this one has the larger cow custom tampo size. The struts, like I said, Jeff Drew showed his picture. That's up on his page. He's got 2 cow custom tampo sizes. These are a little harder to get, so. But that's the difference I've seen on those. I haven't seen any other ones yet. The Caddy, I've only seen it with the small tampo, like that one that's on here. But I wouldn't be surprised if it has another size. The Camaro, again, I've seen different size tampos. I just can't afford to shell out $100 for every tampo size on this car. But I am looking for one with all small wheels, and I know that's more of an error, but it's one that I would collect just because it could have come that way. I mean, I wouldn't have designed it with small wheels in the back, but it could have come that way. But I've definitely seen it with small, and this one has, if you look at the wheels, like this one sticks out way far. I don't know if everybody else's does that, but this is the only one I have. And I pulled that from a blister pack. The Nomad, I haven't seen any variations on this. It's got the smaller cow custom tampo and the sunroof. If I had others to compare it with, I would check the bases. This one has the J-hook base, and it has small space between the 1967 or 1969 and the Malaysia word. So I'd be curious if it had this extra space in there or even the double rivet base. But as far as I know, this is the only one I've seen. Corvette Funny. Cal Custom Tampo, I've had 3 or 4 of these. They've all been the same. Supposedly there's some differences in the bases, depending on if it has these 4 or 5 different spots here. I don't know if that's a really major difference. That's just more of how they casted it. But as far as all the ones I've seen, all of this part has been the same. It's been Bar Malaysia. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a different size Cal Custom Tampo out there, though. And I think in the book it may have a light blue, but I haven't seen that either for the side Tampo here. Cobra. We'll do the Cobra next. We'll start with the Real Riders. So these, obviously black and yellow Cal Custom Tampos on the window. Both Real Riders. Bases are the same. Bar Malaysia. So those two are only difference is those Tampos. Then you move to the black wall version. Again, these are the white ones, all white. And you see Cal Custom in yellow. Wouldn't be surprised to see that in black or in a different size. And then you go to the lime or neon yellow. Again with black walls. And then I have 2 different sizes for the Cal Custom Tampo, the large and the small. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a medium. Bases are the same. They're all Bar Malaysia on all 5 of those. Camaro Win. Not sure why they called it the Camaro Win. It's Firebird, but not my call to make. Although they call this the Firebird on the Cal Custom. They call it the Camaro Wind in the collector number package, like 600 or something. The white with pink. But these two have different size Cal Custom Tampos on the window. And that's the only difference I have for those. The BMW 323 has different size Tampos on the window, medium and large. You can kind of see a difference in the Tampo on the side, more of a darker magenta or red, and a pinker color on the bottom one. I'm not sure if I would say enough of a difference to be a variation, but that's up for you guys. But me definitely having the different size Tampos, I was good with. All right, the Solaire. So the first one is the blue base. Blue metal base. Bar Malaysia still has the number 2 Solaire CX4 name in it. And this one has the medium-sized Tampo on the screen. The next one I have, or 2 I have, yeah, the next one, so I'll show the base difference. So this one is slightly blue tinted, but it's pretty much just metal base. Again with the Bar Malaysia number 2 CX4, and that's the difference. It still has the medium size Tampo on the front, and then you have the base variation. So no bar, and it has the Hot Wheels logo, so you can kind of see the difference. And then for that one I have the medium and the large Cal Custom Tampo variation on the windshield. Very tough to see in here. Let's see if I can catch it at the right angle. Not really. But anyways, use the paper, mark your lines, and you'll know there's 2 different sizes at least. Mercedes. This is a super dark tinted window, more of a medium tint window. The sizes of the Cal Custom are the same. They're just different. And there's a clear window that's out there I've seen. and I'm not sure if that's a prototype, but I've seen at least one of them. And I think the prototype has a blue base instead of this pink. So, but that's your 380 SEL. So far, the P911s have a wheel variation, the chrome turbo wheel, and this lime or yellowish. There's maybe a more yellow than this. It's, like I said, more the lime. But tough to buy when some of these pictures, when I could, you know, brighten up the picture and make it look more yellow, or kind of darken it and have it become more of a lime color. Cal Custom Tampos on the roof are the same size, dark tinted windows, black interior. And both these have a base variation also. So you can see the bar Malaysia and no bar. On this one, I am missing one that is in the books. So the dark purple, chrome purple, whatever you want to call it, the lime turbo wheels. So on the side, this one is more of a reddish color, and there's a magenta that replaces some of the speckles in here instead of the red. I don't have that one yet, but it is known, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a base variation with the bar Malaysia on that too. Let's see, 3-window 34s. Again, these are Cal Custom Tampo size differences. Both these are real riders. I think that's the only difference that I know of. But for these two, it's just that. Then you have more of the transition piece, I guess. Got the real riders on the neon green or yellow. I guess it's more of a green. This is the only Tampo one I have, the real riders. And then the turbo wheels. And again, different size Tampos on here. You can see a medium and a large. Bases are the same. I think all 5 of these have the same base. Baja bugs. So this, I don't have any differences on the top side. These are base variations. So you can see one has the Hot Wheels logo, and this one has Hot Wheels written, bar Malaysia, and no bar. This one has the real riders. This one has Hot Wheels, and I know the Hot Wheels logo base exists for this also. And I've seen a couple now that don't have any of this pink on the backside. They just have the side Tampo without the second color of pink transition here. So those are a couple out there. I would say still more in the probably air variation side of it, but if you want to look for something like that, that's another one that'd be pretty tough to find. 40s Woody, you got different size Cal Custom Tampos on the roof. These have red hub real riders. Both of these have the clear window and the bar Malaysia base. But difference between these two, just the Cal Custom Tampo on the roof. Switch over to the yellow black wall version, and you can see I have the clear window and the blue tint window. Both of these are the medium size Cal Custom Tampos on the roof. Whoa, never seen that yellow one. Which yellow one? You're talking about the 3-window 34? So there's the difference in there is the windshield, or the windows. Keeping the yellow black wall, then you have more of the turquoise with pink. I have a bunch of these. I probably have 15 of these, and not sure why I have that many. I bought a whole bunch of Cal Customs from somebody that was obviously selling them, and I just wanted to look through all of them for differences, and instead of having him show me every little thing, I just bought them all, and it came with probably even more. It probably came with 20 of just these. But medium-sized Cal Custom Tampo, I haven't seen any variations in this. blue tint window. So you can see some transition, you know, from the real rider to the black wall with clear window, and then the black wall with blue tint, and then they switch colors on you. This one came from the playset, the California Custom Surfing, something like that playset. The baggie comes with the surfboards, and I believe there may be, I haven't seen it, I've heard a lot about it, is the black interior inside this. But I haven't seen it yet. But it'd be the same interior you probably get in the normal yellow 40s Woody that was out for so many years. All right. So this one here, you see it's got no pink, no orange on the back side. So that's the major difference between these. So orange, neon orangey color, pink interior. That is the small Cal Custom Tampo. You can see this one has the large Cal Custom Tampo with the kind of a neon orange on the side and around the back. You can see the difference there for sure. So that's the difference there. These two are the same, with the exception of the wheels. I do know the gear wheel is harder to find than this, but you can see here you have the large Cal Custom Tampos on both of these. My thumb's out of the way, you can see it. All these Suzukis have the Suzuki in the grill, or street roaders. Have Suzuki in the grill for these on all of them that I'll show, I'm pretty sure. But there you go, from CT wheels to gear wheels, or from gear to CT. And then for the CT wheels, Tampo variation, you go from large to medium size Tampo. Other than that, they're all the same. Change the color. Now you have a white with blue, orange speckling. These are the red interior. They look kind of pinkish in the picture, but they're red. These two are the same with gear wheels and a large and small Cal Custom Tampo in the window. Then you have your CT wheel with red interior, large Cal Custom Tampo in the window. Move over to pink. So here's the pink interior, large Cal Custom window, CT wheels. And the last one here, black Cal Custom. I've had 5 of these with orange interior. They all have black, while all the other street roaders have yellow. Orange CT wheels, orange interior. So I don't know where the black came from, but I've never seen a black on any of the other ones, just with the orange interior here. And I wouldn't be surprised if this one came. This is the medium-sized Cal Custom Tampo. So, but that is the 89 different variations. Like I said, I know there's an orange, maybe prototype of the 57 Chevy. All small wheel error on this part. Small on that for sure. Let's see, what else have I seen that I don't have? Oh, yeah, missing that one for sure, the base variation. On the street roaders, there's more gear wheel. I think there's a gear wheel with the pink interior. This one's pink. So probably a gear wheel with this. Supposedly a gear wheel with the all orange without the extra darker orange or a different color of orange on the going around the backside. So, but that's my collection so far, and I'm always looking for more. So if anybody has any questions, I'll answer them on here. If not, you can always PM me. If you have something different that I don't have, let me know so I can look for it, and put it out there for other people too, so they can be on the lookout to fulfill their collection also. So give it a little time for everybody to catch up. And if there's nothing else, then I'll pop off. Make sure I answer everybody's questions here. Never seen the yellow. Yep. Never understood why road riders are so slow on the track. It's more about friction on that one. If you're still on here, Daniel, the friction is on. It just, plus they don't roll as good because like the back wheels of this one can touch the top of the fender there. But yeah, it's more about friction. They just won't roll as fast. Even the newer stuff doesn't roll as fast. If you get like a China car, especially in the mid-90s, you get China car from some of the play sets, or maybe a Thailand car later on in the 2000s, they don't have the same type of setup on there. So if you have, especially the Ultra Hots are pretty good on the track, just because the spring load they have in it, they allow to take the a little bit of the cushion from moving it up and down the track. I would say those are probably the fastest. One of the fastest cars I've seen on the track racing my kids is the Ferrari F40 with gold Ultra Hots. My son has one, and he just brings it every time because he knows he's gonna win. Very few times does it lose. But it has more, like I said, the way I would say the axle that's in there just allows it to have a little bit more spring to it to take some of the bumps in the Hot Wheels track, especially during the transition from one piece of track to the next. But yeah, no, these, I mean, especially like this where you have more of a knobby, not as great on the track. So let's see, I don't think there's any other questions. Red blown Camaro, so rare. Just I think it's more desirable. I'm sure somebody has probably 15 of these. I wouldn't be surprised. I would say there's more out there than what people think, but they're being smart about when they're letting it go. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. If I get more variations, I'll let you guys know, and I'll talk to you guys later.